Good morning. This is a group presentation of three members. First is me, Mrityunjay. Second is Jaden, and third is Natasha. The title of our presentation is based on workplace ergonomics and safety assessment in orthodontics offices. In our project, we have discussed about problem based on eye damage due to commercial or blue light radiation. So in this slide, we present a comprehensive assessment of workplace ergonomics and safety in orthodontic offices, focusing on the ruler score and the occupational safety and health administration evaluation. In our report, the ruler assessment yielded a score of 6, hovering around the threshold, indicating a potential need for investigation and change. So this suggests that adjustments are likely required to ensure the safety and well-being of orthodontist office workers. The OSHA score provides a critical evaluation of workplace safety and regulation compliances. Our observation place orthodontist office in the moderate or medium range, highlighting their devotion to establish the safety standard. In our report, a key observation is the frequent use of oddly shaped dental tools such as the brand busher, screwer, scaler, and dental peeler. These tools require operator to assume uncomfortable grip, impacting both dental peeler. Impacting both leverage and precision. We also notice a significant use of industrial fluorescent light and adjustable overhead LED light, particularly during procedures inside a patient jaw. While these lights serve essential purposes, their prolonged use may warrant further exploration into their impact on eye strain and overall workplace comfort.
All right, so just to talk about a little bit about why blue light radiation is such a big problem in today's society. The main reason for that is the way that society's going, the trajectory of society in general. We're undoubtedly becoming a more technology heavy industry where the majority of jobs involve technology, the majority of entertainment involves technology, and there's essentially just blue light radiation coming from every direction, really at all times. Um, so you want to consider the damaging physical and mental effects of commercial grade light. So we expect to see a decrease in work efficiency when the workers are being exposed to blue light radiation for prolonged periods, for periods longer than 2 hours, which the majority of people working, 9 to 5 jobs, a conventional blue collar job, those numbers are much higher. So blue light radiation has been shown to cause migraines and headaches as well as retinal damage, and this puts workers at risk for developing work-related musculoskeletal disorders, such as vision loss, visual impairment, neurological impairment, etc. And then one of the main goals in ergonomics, and something that we talk a lot about, is how the job is looking mainly to optimize the work environment and human factors to allow employees to do their best work and to be the most efficient. This not only helps the worker, but it also helps increase efficiency in the workplace. And so, in my opinion, blue light radiation should be at the top of the priority list. Because as you can see, digital eye strain, which is prevalent in 50% of regular users of digital media, and it is defined by blurred vision, difficulty focusing, ocular irritation, as well as burning or dry eye and visual fatigue, as well as the normal symptoms such as headaches and migraines. And this is all just due to an increased sensitivity to blue light, which comes in shorter wavelengths, around 440 nanometers. And then exposure time, age, female gender, and work environment are all uh, factors that would increase its prevalence. And then a little bit about its blue light radiation prevalence again is just globally, you can see 6 hours and 58 minutes is the average for an adult using um, various mobile devices such as laptop screens. So that takes into account phone, laptop, desktop computer, takes into account TVs. But still, as you can see, 6 hours and 58 minutes of screen time per day is clearly um, it's a problem considering the damaging effects, and it's only increasing. So as you can see, a mock prototype of our proposed solution there in the top right corner. So we propose sorry. We propose a frame design that is slim and unobtrusive, which would accommodate um, certain technology without compromising the comfort of the glasses. So the glasses ideally would work with a microprocessor to detect glare and send the appropriate charge. Work with a microprocessor as well as a phototransistor, which is essentially just a semiconductor that detects variations in ambient light levels and adjusts the lensing accordingly. So it will work in tandem with the microprocessor to detect the glare and then send the appropriate charge through an electrochemical gel. And then that charge causes the materials within the gel to undergo an oxidation reduction reaction, which is called electrochromism. And it basically just acts um, similarly to a auto dimming mirror where it basically just slowly darkens the entire mirror just slowly darkens. The gel is gonna go under the reaction, the oxidation reaction, and essentially just decrease the amount of UV or blue light that's allowed to pass through, offering obviously UV and retinal protection. Um, so the glasses have a lightweight and durable frame made of a combination of titanium and low density polyethylene, and we just chose those materials based on research and industry. We wanted it to be biocompatible with skin and sensitive skin. Um, and then the circuit could also be connected wirelessly to a smartphone or other device, providing notifications through discrete indications or haptic feedback to the wearer based on predefined settings via Bluetooth connection. This is something that obviously we won't get to really work with. We kind of have to just theorize. But I think maybe down in the future we could possibly consider implementing pressure sensors in the legs of the frame. Um, sorry. But that's more for um, that would gear more toward a different population. So we'll talk about that later. And then the team chose to batter to power the battery circuit with or to power the circuit with a battery with a low voltage battery to decrease greenhouse gas emissions. And although they're not as efficient as and renewable, they provide portability and eliminate the downtime needed to charge, which is something that we wanted to key in on because we're looking to have these be worn the majority of the time since people are being exposed to blue light radiation the majority of the time. Yeah.
Looked into the secondary problem. Let me just move that real quick. So really what I was looking at was the awkward postures that orthodontists face, and it mainly affects their back and their wrists. But hugely, I wanted to look into how can we reduce the awkward postures of when they lean forward, so leaning forward as well as crouching their neck forward as well. And this just kind of increases their chances of getting back pain as well as other problems that can, turn into like walking issues and all of that because of the changes of force in their back. So what we looked at was orthodontists and other dental professions during the workday maintain awkward static positions. They increase their risk for musculoskeletal disorders. An evaluation of the ergonomics of the work produced by orthodontist community was conducted to create the work environment to reduce MSD risk. The goal of the evaluation was to develop a design that creates better human interface between orthodontist chair and the dental procedure chair to reduce prevalence of MSDs. So kind of just the secondary tests. So I did both OSHA and RULA. So I did OSHA and RULA, and then the other two also did OSHA and RULA, and we kind of determined similar things with that. And so kind of what I saw that before and after. So before the solution, I saw that the OSHA resulted in high risk rating, and the RULA resulted in a score of 5, which means that it's not at high risk to need immediate change, but there eventually would have to be change. And then after the design, I saw a decrease to medium risk, and the OSHA score or the RULA score went down to a score of 3, which really means that there won't be any future changes that need to be changed. But really what that's saying is that, you know, theoretically the design would be better implemented for these doctors. So kind of just going into the secondary test. So this is pre-design evaluation. So we kind of just looked at, you know, the ergonomic assessment checklist, the date and all of that. And really what I saw again was a high risk and the score of 5. And then for the post design, it really was, you know, the medium risk and the score of 3. So I did do both of these. And really what I saw with that design, especially, you know, with the score of 3, what I did to determine this was I put myself, after evaluating a video of the orthodontist performing their daily tasks, I chose the worst posture possible, and then I put myself in that position and then took pictures, and then I did the angles of them. And then after that, I then put myself in a position to how I assumed the chair would be positioned. And then I redid the score based off of taking pictures again. So kind of what the secondary solution is, let me move that real quick. So we did I did a swivel chair add-on to the dental chair that's already existed. It's not the most perfect, you know, design looking chair right now, but essentially this is the dental chair that the patient would go on, and then there is a swivel base here that attaches to their bottom so that you can swivel around, and so you're able to be aligned with the patient. And the good part about that is that when the patient is at a certain height, you'll always be at the height that you want and that you need, because that would be already predetermined as the height would increase to whatever you want, and the patient would be at a good eye height. So kind of what I did a beam swivel into and then as well as a swivel chair, and then there was a, you know, the beam, the swivel, and then on the swivel chair. So it's not the most perfect design, obviously, and you know, we wouldn't know truly how the implementation would actually benefit the doctors, but we do know that theoretically it would be very beneficial, especially because the main thing when people are going forward or arching their back forward, or, you know, that is that they tend to, you know, everything that they're doing is below their eye height. And so really what we were trying to design was so that it's so that the patient and what they're doing is at eye height, so that they don't have all of that awkward posture in their back. And that's it.